Hello, seniors. I just wanted to say that it was amazing and a lot of fun to have gotten to know you guys over the past couple years. It was also great to see you guys take all the different critiques that you were given and apply that to this past season, which, in my eyes, was one of the most successful seasons that the team has ever seen.
My favorite memory with Aaron is probably when we got so stoked about programming the RGB patterns on the FTC bot.
When we went to like the FTC competitions, he kept trying to tell the judges about the RGB strips and how great they were.
And he starts going on about how the lights on the bottom of Vibebot were actually had a practical use, while everyone knew that they were just to make the robot look cool.
A really good memory of him was probably during the first FTC competition when we were both scouting to the other robot and like talking.
One day in programming when we were just talking about like Marvel stuff and just hanging out while getting our work done.
Like eating dinner, it was nice to have just talk about anime, not robotics. Like a way to step back.
Favorite memory I've had with Aaron was Rumble in the Roads, the ride back home the second day. Everyone was tired, I bet, that day, so we ended up just having, like, me, him, and Max was there as well. We ended up having just a discussion.
We worked together on a couple things. I think he's definitely improved my coding skills. He's helped me find ways to solve problems and bugs in my code.
He's taught me a lot about Linux and about that operating system because he loves Linux.
I've been able to see him like grow and getting better at programming.
I feel like he's just improved.
Taught me a lot about Azure Lane. I didn't want to learn anything about Azure Lane, but now I know stuff, which is cool, I guess.
I think I've seen the impact that you've made on this team is tremendous. The way that you've really brought the way programming acted this year is something I haven't seen in a very long time. You guys were not only a group, but you were a team. And it was honestly awesome to see, and that you were a big part of it.
I've definitely seen Aaron get more, I guess, comfortable and settled in the team, in the programming sub-team.
I feel like we've gone in pretty similar ways. Like, I think pretty sure we both came into high school, like, not really sure what we're trying to do. And then, like, kind of along the way, we figured out, we were like, oh, like, computer science, that's pretty cool. And then it was like, we just started, I was like, oh, it's Aaron. Aaron's in my class, like, for CS, that's epic. It was nice having another dude, from my old friends who was into what I was into. In the scope of robotics, I think might be like something he already had, but like I'd never seen before. Kind of see how he working with him, seeing him working with other people. He's good at it, like that interacting part. So maybe it was already there, but we didn't really work together on like school projects before. So that was cool.
Aaron is enthusiastic, supportive, and talkative.
Clever, talented, and adept.
Vibing, persistent, constructive.
Chill, fun, and positive.
Friends with Lucas.
He's hardworking and always dedicated.
Chill, he's reliable, he's a weeb.
You're very compassionate. You're very quiet at times, but you're also very, very loud at times. I think that describes the entire programming team, to be honest.
He's good at being able to tell what his role in like a situation is, and just doing it without complaining.
Aaron is a dedicated guy. Like when we had to put the boxes around all the balls, he helped with that. He was like not complaining.
His work ethic is epic. Like it's fire.
He was a very energetic and fun person. He was always calm and positive.
He's always trying to help people, whether it's in or outside of robotics. He's trying to help people program, or if they're having troubles outside of robotics, he's always there to help. He's also always sparking a conversation, robotics related or not.
Aaron hopped into the programming team this year, and then first year on programming is never easy, but Aaron is a great help and super easy to work with.
I'm honestly so proud of you and everything you've accomplished. I am, I don't know, astounded to see how much you've been able to accomplish within a year.
Aaron, so you were with us for a year. You joined programming. I didn't get to interact with you a ton, but what I do know is that you helped some work with the new members, help acclimate them to working in robotics programming based on your previous experience with robotics. And I can say that this was probably the best year from a programming perspective: cohesive, output, communication, the ability to turn things around. And so as being part of that team, I have to believe that you played a role in that. I wish you had been more on the team for longer, and I'm glad that we were able to have you for a year. Good luck as you move out into the world, and have fun. And I hope you continue to do robotics and also work with teaching the next generation and teaching those less experienced than you, because I can't oversell how awesome and rewarding that is when you do that, even beyond school. So thank you for joining the team.
Aaron, it was his first year this year, so we didn't have quite as long to get to know him, but he slid right into the programming team and was busy and helpful all year, both with learning on FTC and then on FRC. And I say it every year when we have a senior that joins our team, and I say it again this year, wish that he had joined us years before. It was great to have him and start to get to know him on the team this year.
My last sentiment for Aaron is that he goes on to have a successful life past high school.
I loved spending time with you. You were really funny. You are really funny. And I'm really excited for what you're going to do in the future.
You're bound to do great things. I believe that, like, our team makes people better, both socially, emotionally, and obviously mentally, just into more capable people. And I really hope that happened with you this year.
Thanks for helping me. Yeah, I'm glad you're on the robotics team.
You totally got this, dude. Just stay vibing and you're good.
Well, I had a great time with you this year, so farewell.
Well, this is definitely not our last meeting. Like, we're going to the same field. There's an infinitesimal chance that we work together again. But, either way, we're friends outside robotics, Like, whenever you're on break from school and I'm on break from school, dude, I'm definitely going to pull up to the Sipos fam household and, break into your window, like break into your room. Like, I don't even care, don't worry about it.
This one's for me. Hi.
When I first came on the team, you made me feel welcome. You made me feel like I could be part of this family. I was so nervous when I first came, but you were one of the people who was warmest to me.
She just did this thing where suddenly I felt like I belonged in this space, and I think it really helped me to acclimatize to the new environment I was going to be in for the next year.
Over time, I've gotten to work with her on basically like presentation and media stuff for the team, especially when it came to website design, and she asked me suggestions on chairman's videos.
It was like 2 days before, our first competition, and we needed the chairman's video, and your computer crashed and you couldn't do it anymore. And you had to restart. And you and I spent all of that night just like, you would sleep and then I would sleep and then you would sleep, but there was someone working on the chairman's award. And at one point you thought I was so tired that you stopped waking me up and you just single-handedly did that by yourself.
Harari 100% carried awards in my freshman and sophomore years, and last year we actually won the Judges Award.
Like, I don't think anybody expected to get an award, and when we won it, it was her award.
You basically by yourself just created an entire team, like, for awards, and you did it without complaining, and you did it because you knew that's what the team needed, and so you did what you had to do.
You basically killed awards like every year, and I know you were really knowledgeable about electrical as well, But I mean, your writing ability, I couldn't even imagine being on that level.
Being able to do like chairman's presentations, writing all that stuff. I don't like writing really, and I hate presenting. I think it's real impressive. Any of these awards people that they can do that kind of stuff.
Because she focuses so much on awards, getting to work with her on that lets you see the whole team from a different perspective. If you've never worked on awards before and you've never worked with Harari, you might only see the team for the robot we make. But she sees all the good we do and everything we work on.
Harari has taught me to always look on the bright side, and that things will always look up. Even if things are really stressful, or things seem like they won't improve, that you can pick yourself up and you can get through it. And there will be something good coming in your future.
She's taught me how to stay upbeat regardless of what's going on around her, because she always manages to do it, and really it's something that I've been doing my best to, and it's amazing how she does it.
Describe me in 3 words. Short, very articulate, and a writer. Honestly, that's what I love to do.
Harari is friendly, active, and caring.
Upbeat, persistent, and welcoming.
Kind, energetic, and like a positive person.
This isn't one word, but whenever I see her, she makes me smile.
Kind, diligent, impressive.
Kind, respectful, and supportive.
Harari is very steadfast. She's very committed, persevering. She's been through a lot, and I admire her courage to keep on going.
She's been an incredibly supportive member of the team, and has helped people through countless. I don't know where to begin, because I don't know who she hasn't helped through something.
She's able to do things for other people, which is like awesome. Like, it's just amazing to be that good of a person, you know?
Harari's always willing to make a new friend, and like whoever she comes across, she's always willing to give them a chance and talk to them.
She's that kind of person where you walk into a room and like she says hi to you, and she's just always enthusiastic and always happy.
I mean, you always had a positive attitude. You made me smile like almost every day at the lab. When you put your mind to something, Harari, you can do anything. And I feel like sometimes you lose confidence in yourself, but keep in mind that I have enough confidence for the both of us.
So Harari joined the team 3 years ago. Joined and was part of our electrical team, and so that was really great to see her thrive in electrical, really take that on, learn as much as she could. Her junior year, which was really great, she led our inaugural FTC team in awards and really took that on, made it her own, and was able to transition that over to the FRC team and pretty much single-handedly do awards for an entire year. We supported her the best we could, but she really took it on, along with her junior year also doing she wanted to transition over into electrical as much as she could do. So she really was an asset to our team and brought so much knowledge and was able to pass that on to our new awards person this year. So that was really, really helpful. Her energy is always high when she's in the lab, and so it's really always fun when she's around.
Harari. Oh, it has been a joy to work with you. And I say that from the standpoint, if there is a task that is hard to do and that is struggling to find the right person on the team, you've decided to step up and help with that. The team has become much stronger, much more cohesive when you were involved. And I know this year was hard because we didn't get to benefit from a lot of your energy and spirit and time and work this year. But the last few years, we definitely have. I wish you good luck in the future, and I can't wait to see what you accomplish, because I have seen your strength, and I know that that is going to serve you very well as you take your path out into the world.
Harari is also committed to doing a lot of stuff beyond robotics, including tennis. And I just hope that in college she has the opportunity to really just use those skills of being a good, media and electrical person, as well as a tennis player, and I hope she can use those in the future.
Harari, it was really fun to be on this team with you. I'm really glad I met you and we got to be friends. I know you'll do great wherever you go and whatever you do.
You are one of my closest friends, and I'm going to miss having you around so much next year. You are an absolutely incredible person, and I'm gonna miss you so much.
I'm really gonna miss you, but I know that wherever you go, you're gonna make the most of it, and you're gonna kill it at college. So, good luck.
Literally, I've been here longer than you have, and I've been here since the moment you were born. And from that moment, I knew you were gonna be special, and I knew you were gonna do great things. I will always fight for your happiness, and it doesn't matter what other people say, because I'm your #1 fan, and I always will be. I'm really proud that you got into college.
My main man, Jonathan Young. Okay, sorry.
My favorite memory with Jonathan is working on building the game pieces for this year's challenge.
I've seen Jonathan get very kind of knowledgeable, and there's a difference between being knowledgeable and being able to use that knowledge, and Jonathan's definitely moved from someone who's just smart to someone who is very applicably smart and knows how to use what he's learned effectively.
Generally, if something comes up, he's like an issue or something, like he usually manages to find a very like a fast way to solve it, which is sometimes needed in something like build season where everything has to be sort of fast paced.
What do I admire most about Jonathan is his calmness and cool-headedness. Even when we had challenges with building these models, he was still very calm and we were able to finish them.
Jonathan, I admire how you're always so willing to help and always ready to get a new task and assist someone else with something.
Honestly, like, the fact that you have tabs on, like, a drawing app for certain people that you help math with is honestly incredible.
You've taught me a lot of things, mostly math, because I'm very bad at math.
And so yeah, he's taught me some math, that was pretty cool.
I don't think I've seen anyone work as hard as you do. You focus on what you want for the future and you go for it. It doesn't matter what other people tell you. It doesn't matter whether they say you can do it or you can't, or whether it feels like it's so much work. You are willing to do it.
I admire that he is able to take a step back and think before speaking, so that when he does speak, everything he says is insightful and very, very helpful.
Favorite memory with Jonathan? Probably kind of stupid, but like freshman year, robotics, we're both in programming. I don't even remember specifically what it was, but there was some I think we were arguing about something with programming. It's kind of like a timer tasks argument, but I got super stoked, and I don't know, we had this real back and forth, and it was real fun. And it was kind of one of the first times I'd had something like that for a technical subject instead of anime. So I enjoyed that a lot. It's a bit weird, but it stuck with me.
Jonathan has taught me how to be helpful, how to kind of apply yourself to other people when they need help or when you think they're going to need help. So he taught me a lot about just kind of stepping in and being able to provide an extra pair of hands.
One thing I really admire about you is how willing you are to help people, and also just how passionate you are about certain things. Your drawings are incredible and you work really hard on them. You help people with their homework just because they ask, and it's really, really admirable. And you work so tirelessly just to get the best you can.
He grinds. Dude grinds, and he's really fired up about mathematics in class when we're in class together, and that's real fun.
I've seen you grow into definitely, like Kenneth, a more social person. I would say you were a little more introverted, but now you're like more outgoing, and you definitely have more of a leadership skill than before, and I really admire that.
Jonathan has taught me a lot about connecting with every member of the team. He is always willing to talk to new members and old members alike.
I'd have to say he's very intelligent, very sharp. That's one word, actually, sharp. And the other two words I'd say are unintentionally funny.
Kind, smart, and helpful.
You're very giving, you're very smart.
I would say Jonathan is quiet, smart, and persevering.
Jonathan has been on the team for so long, and it's been so great, and he's incredibly smart. He helps both with mechanical and really helps me with keeping up with the team website. He completely did a redesign of our team website and has kept up with it along with doing mechanical projects. So every time he's in the lab, I know that whatever he's working on is going to be completed start to finish, or handed off in such a way that somebody can just pick up seamlessly from where he was and finish off what he was doing. We will definitely miss Jonathan next year.
Jonathan, fantastic. I know at one point in time you had your father involved in the team. You've helped organize outreach events. You've helped with programming. You've been a fantastic utility player, and the team has benefited from your just enthusiasm and energy and smile significantly. And I'm glad that you were able to bring so many other people into robotics, in addition to helping our team succeed as well. Good luck in your future, and I can't wait to see what you accomplish.
Jonathan, thank you so much. It's been really great having you on Mechanical.
And thank you for all your wonderful work on the website. You've helped gather information in such a useful way. We can now access stuff much easier. Thanks for all your technical acumen.
If you follow an engineering path or any other path in the future, I'm sure that you'll be able to follow it properly, because honestly, I've seen how much you enjoyed the team, and I'm pretty sure you'll find something that you'll enjoy to this level, maybe even higher, that you'll be great at.
Keep learning, man. You seem to have this kind of untamable need to know things, and it works out.
It's been fun. We've been on this team for a while, so thank you for the good times, and thank you for those 16 SSL hours I earned with 2 hours of work with your club. That was pretty sick.
Your Inspirators Club is really inspiring. I'm really glad that I did that last year. The fact that you guys even had that idea is honestly tremendous.
I know for a fact, Jonathan Young, you're going to be so successful in life. I mean, you're going to Johns Hopkins, for God's sakes. You're going to do great, and I'm so beyond proud of you. I'm so glad that I got to see you for these past 4 years and see you grow.
It's not like one moment really sticks out. It's just whenever he's part of a conversation, he always adds something to it. He'll just say these things that just make everybody laugh a little bit, or he's like that guy in the background and just makes every conversation he's in just a little bit better.
My favorite memory with Kenneth is probably when we first realized that we both like anime.
We would talk about whatever would come up, even though a lot of discussion was oriented around JoJo.
I think everybody has pretty clearly seen Kenneth becoming more confident and comfortable in robotics. I think that how Kenneth is growing is that he's gone from an anime side character to an anime protagonist.
He's taught me a lot of things, both programming and stuff, but also leadership and pride.
Kenneth has taught me how to work as a team member in a team and let the underclassmen do all the work. That's pretty important.
Kenneth is the one that pretty much taught me everything I know about how to program a robot and about computer to robot communication.
Kenneth has taught me a lot about how to program and how to troubleshoot, like when the robot's not working.
Whenever there was like a problem, he could always, approach it in a way that he would solve it. He'd be like, how can we think about this in a way that is easy to tackle and that we can fix it?
My favorite memory of Kenneth would be walking out into the hall and hearing his music, which was very helpful in calming down and not being as stressed compared to what was happening in the room.
What I admire about Kenneth is he's hardworking. He puts in like a lot of effort at this and like other things, and he's also obviously very good at it.
I've seen you grow into such a social person in the past 4 years.
You were always this quiet and reserved kid, and then I don't know what happened, but sometime last year, like, I saw you become the person that you are today.
I don't think, unfortunately, you haven't grown at all. You've remained the same height ever since I first met you in freshman year.
Kenneth is chill, straightforward, and always on top of it.
Energetic, motivating, and stoked.
Really, really funny.
Calm, intelligent, and very friendly.
Patient, funny, and vibing.
Chill programming guy.
I would go with the highest brother.
The highest brother.
Organized, hip with the kids, and kind of a legend.
Immense. Unprecedented. Transcendent.
Something you've taught me is to take myself less seriously. Like, it's kind of hard to take myself seriously in the first place because I'm a clown. But, it's just like, you've helped me, like, relax.
I admire Kenneth's sense of humor. I would not want anybody else to send me a picture of a dead cow over Discord.
I think it's ability to take a bad situation and make good out of it, because a lot of times programming gets the short stick in terms of time with the robot, and even though they get this short stick, he's still able to produce good results.
They were under a lot of stress towards the end of the season, like stress to make the robot work, but I didn't once see him lose his temper.
So Kenneth has been on the team all 4 years on programming, and this year at the end of the tournament at Whitman, which was the only tournament that we had this year, I knew it was a special day because Kenneth smiled for me. It was great. There have been some definite ups and downs with how our robot has gone over the course of his time on our team, and so to see him be able to really put the effort in and see the things come to fruition that he had been wanting over the course of his time on the team was super exciting this year. Kenneth has brought so much to the programming team, and he will be incredibly missed. But has done a really great job of training up his younger teammates with as much knowledge as he has. He's given them, and he knows that they are in a great spot to keep going for the future.
Kenneth, you are brilliant. You are a good planner, and you are able to break problems down and assign work to overcome those problems. This year's, from a programming perspective, was very organized. You had one of your largest teams yet, which was also impressive because keeping organization while the team grows is very hard to do. You had a year where we accomplished more autonomously than we have in the last 4 or 5 years. And that's to your credit and also to your team's credit. You were able to took a chance and refactored, rewrote a whole bunch of Ohm. I think that is now on the cutting room floor. And I think that has served the team well. So I am excited every time I get to work with you because I know I'm going to get rational, strong opinions. And there's going to be compromise if necessary. And I know that when I give you a task, it's going to get done. And I know it might be hard to see now, but from a work perspective, those are the things that I value a lot in employees, and almost every employer does. So just know that you are setting yourself up for a very strong and fulfilling career in programming.
He pulled together this scrappy programming team into, a powerhouse and an absolute workforce. So much so that on multiple occasions would run out of things to do. And they'd be like, we need something to do. Like, all the boys are really bored.
As a leader, Kenneth isn't overbearing. He's very much one of the programming team, and he really connects with them very, very well.
Goodbye, Kenneth. You'll always be a member of the boys.
This year was really fun. And I don't think robotics is going to be the same without you, I'm really glad I got to get to know you this year.
I guess what I'd like to say to Kenneth is I wish him the best of luck of what he's going to do in the future. He's a very strong programmer. He's good at math. He's very intricate in his thinking. I also have linear with him, so he asks some pretty good questions, and I'm sure that he'll be able to accomplish some incredible feats.
Kenneth, I just want you to know you're going to do great things in life. You're so brilliant. You're so smart. You're kind. That's my favorite thing about you. You're so kind. And you apologize when you think you've done something wrong. And sometimes if you think back and you're like, oh God, I think I made a mistake, you immediately apologize. And not a lot of people have the guts to do that. And I really admire that about you. And I'm really going to miss that about you, because I don't know, having such a funny yet genuine friend is really hard to find, and I'm so glad that I found that with you, Kenneth.
I hope he does well in college and past college, and he gets a job and hopefully something with programming or technology, and I hope he has a good life.
You did great here, and you'll do great wherever you go. I'm fully confident that you'll maintain your protagonist status. I will miss you, and we all know that robotics won't be the same without you. Congrats on getting out of here, and stay stoked.
One of the best memories I have is when we were at competition and we were in the hotel room and we ordered sushi and we had to run to get it because Miss Perlman was in the room next door.
With the hanging bar we built this year, we asked her to test by having her hang on the bar and see if it held.
My favorite memory with Kurumi was actually at the very beginning of the season when I was new team and we were all deciding which sub-team to join. And no offense to the other captains, but while the other captains are making their pitch, Kurumi had just rolled in with her wheelies and was just talking about her wheelies the entire time.
My favorite memory with Kurumi is probably when we were just starting the electrical board. And there were so many things not working, it was pretty fun to troubleshoot everything. Eventually, when everything worked, it was a good feeling.
She's taught me most of what I know about electrical, and would have been very difficult to get to where I am today if it wasn't for her.
One thing she's taught me is not to unplug the robot while it's on, or unplug anything from the robot while it's on.
Your organization. The first time I took a look at her Trello, every single task was just listed out in a very organized format, and every single day when I kept back and I looked back at Trello, there was almost one or two things that kept on getting done each day.
The way that she organized the Trello or made sure everybody on the electrical team had something to do, or there was always just something she was doing to try to better the lives of other people in the team or make them more comfortable. There was just always something that she was doing.
I've definitely seen Kurumi become more assertive over time. She stands her ground on issues which she's sure about, which was great for electrical this year.
Well, definitely just stepping into leadership positions. She showed up, I think she was electrical lead in a year. I don't know the exact timetables, but it was fast. And she stepped up and then she delivered. So that's clear growth, right?
She always has this atmosphere of I'm happy to talk to you. She never seems shut off. She's always willing to talk to people. She's happy to make friends. That's one thing that's amazing.
I think she's amazing at being able to make these really deep connections with people really quickly. For example, judges or just people we see at events.
She's emotionally very smart. She knows, how people are going to feel. She knows what's going to happen if you say something wrong, or she knows how to deal with the fallout if something bad happens. She knows emotions.
I've seen you grow since we were like babies, right? Obviously, 18 years together, I see you grow. But in these past 4 years, I've seen you grow to be more confident, even if you don't believe it, into a much better leader, into someone that listens, someone that's more compassionate, which I didn't think was possible, but apparently it was.
She's knowledgeable, she's compassionate, and she has the potential to be pretty terrifying.
Kurumi is very compassionate, very uplifting, and tough.
Hardworking, passionate, and caring.
Compassionate, rad, and unapologetic.
Kind, intelligent, and charismatic.
Hilarious. Kind. My sister.
Smart, capable, and assertive.
Trusting, hardworking, and leader-like. I don't know if that's a word.
Well, clearly she's passionate, she's intelligent, she's real committed to robotics, and that's hard to be. Like, I know a lot of people on our team are really committed, to the point where it's like the norm, but I think that's something to be celebrated. It's really impressive. It's hard. It's real hard.
I admire her hard work, always showing up, always being there. Like pretty much every day she was there at the lab helping us out, helping us with things we couldn't do or troubleshooting with the robot.
Whenever something goes wrong, she believes, I've seen her like genuinely believe that people can do better.
Kurumi has taught me that the most important thing in robotics isn't the finished robot, it's the people that are there and kind of the experiences that we have together.
As we've joked before, Kurumi and Kenneth graduating is like the team losing all of its charisma.
Kurumi, it has been impressive to see how much you have grown in robotics. Knowledge-wise, communication-wise, teamwork-wise, leadership-wise. You've worked through challenges in each one of those categories, and you've definitely decided to level up and do the work and come out ahead. It has been impressive to watch you grow and work through the challenges. And the challenges were significant. I mean, we had 2 years where we had nothing but electrical and systems problems. And then we end up with this year, your senior year, where because of your discipline, because of your teamwork, your leadership, and your ability to include folks and also break down work and make sure that work is getting done, you were able to have a year, mind you a short one, but a year where nothing went wrong electrically, no lost comms. I mean, that is fantastic. And I hope that is your legacy. I hope that we can carry this forward because of what you've been able to build in this team into the future years. So know this, in your senior, you've accomplished something that is very challenging, has been hard for this team to accomplish, and I hope that your legacy lives on in the next few years as we build robots that don't have communication problems or system problems or brownouts. Thank you for everything you've done. It's been exciting to see what you've accomplished, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future.
Really exciting when Kurumi joined the team 3 years ago. I'll say I wish that both Harari and Kurumi had joined their freshman year. I think they brought a lot to our team. Kurumi jumped in and has been on the electrical team all 3 years, and she has really been an asset to our electrical team. She learned herself and then eagerly taught others. She really wanted to bring everybody in, teach them from the ground up, and still to this day wants to learn herself. She always searches out either mentors or projects or other things so that she can be on this constant learning basis. Very, very high energy. Love the energy. So exciting to have you on our awards team, talking with judges at events. So it's really been an exciting 3 years to have you on the team.
Kurumi, you've become one of my closest friends on the team. I always love being around you. And I hope you are able to find yourself, and I know you'll be able to find yourself wherever you go, and just always be yourself and never apologize for that.
I wish we could have gone to that second tournament and been in Pitt. I think that would have been even more fun, especially considering we were doing really well this season.
We're always a team. whether it be in volleyball, in basketball, in robotics, in the paper. We've always been a team, and we're always going to be a team, no matter how far apart we are.
I wish you the best in the future, and I hope that you don't lose touch with everyone you've met through robotics.
I hope in the future that you will go on to be the person that I know you can be, and that you have a really good time at college, like I know you will, and you'll definitely come back to visit me. Otherwise, I'll come visit you. There's no way around it. I'm gonna see you after college.
This is not goodbye. You are a friend for life.
And I'm not going to give you a last sentiment because there aren't going to be any lasts.
Right before Saskia left, you and me and like Saskia and stuff, like there's a group of us that we always hung out with. And it was really awesome to see you outside of like this academic culture that we've like built together in robotics.
This is very recent, but I gotta say, dude, your Zoom background's very spicy.
From the beginning, he started on mechanical, and every now and then, when I wouldn't have any work to do, he would gladly take me along to help him with doing stuff, and I'm quite thankful for that, since I usually show it like every now and then, and it's hard to find consistent work over time.
My favorite memory with Lucas, definitely freshman year. We roomed together, and he kept on flexing about that stupid, passive. I think it was like a passive hopper. I don't even remember what it was. It was like something to do with balls. And he was like, "Oh, look at this thing I designed." I was like, "I don't care, Lucas. Like, leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep." And then completely unrelated, also was in freshman year when he at our I think districts, he in the span of 2 days he had like a wooden game piece dropped on him by like a Blair mentor on his head, and then he got run over by Eyelight. So that was absolutely hilarious, and that was great. I love that.
Freshman year, he and Ezra worked on how we were going to pick up power cubes, and one of the prototypes they developed was they called it the hockey stick, and it was just basically a scooper for the power cubes. But I remember that year, every time somebody brought it up, everybody in the room would smile and laugh.
You building the arm with Ezra our sophomore year I was really impressed. I was like, these two, like, what? And like when you got down to robotics, when you were there, when you were focused, like you got everything done.
I really admire how Lucas is able to really focus in on one thing and do an incredible job, and no matter the setbacks, he's able to power through and just get the job done in a timely manner and still have it be an incredible, whatever it is, it's just an incredibly done.
Lucas is very knowledgeable. He's very skilled. He understands what's going on with the device he's creating. He's not just some, robot or some replicator. He's someone who analyzes the problem and knows what he's doing. And if he has an issue, he confronts people with it with a pretty strong reasoning of what he's about to do, what he thinks he wants to do, suggestions, etc.
What has Lucas taught me? Definitely how to rock a fresh cut. If you feel me. Lucas is really always out here just rocking the freshest of cuts, every single moment of his life.
I think Lucas has been a great example of how to just go with the flow and have fun with things and not take yourself too seriously. It's useful to have a presence like that on the team to decrease the amount of pressure.
I can care so much about something and still be okay if it fails, and still be able to accept criticism and accept other people's ideas because of what Lucas and him always staying cool has taught me.
Of course, I've definitely seen some significant growth in his hair follicles across the span of high school. I'm hoping the stock market right now can rebound as much as they did across this 4 years. But jokes aside, he's kind of gotten real good at onboarding new members in mechanical. There's usually 1 or 2 people in mechanical who you're just like, oh, that's the guy who's always near Lucas, and they always are great. So maybe coincidence, but I'd like to think the homie Lucas is doing a good job.
I have seen Lucas become more than just a teacher for one person. So he's become kind of someone who, if you ever need knowledge about tools, You can go to him and he's willing to tell you whatever he knows, and he's willing to share that information with not just one person at a time, but he's become able to share it with a group of people and work with a group of people. And that was something he really improved on, especially over this past year.
In 3 words, Lucas is cool-headed, funny, and intelligent.
Lucas is good-looking, tall, and trustworthy.
Original, shrewd, absurd.
You're honestly one of the funniest people I've ever met.
Lucas, it has been so much fun watching you learn how to grow mechanically. It has been exciting I can see each year you add more capabilities to your toolbox. And I'm thinking back to the spring-loaded intake arm for Nevermore, and how many iterations we went through with that, and how you just kept plugging away at it. And that was one of the best components of the robot that year. And I think a lot of that credit goes to you. It is so much fun to see your optimism, your smile. And I think that also helps the team when you're in the room. You bring a level of positivity that I think helps the team as a whole. So it's also going to be exciting to watch what you do in the future. I can't wait to see the kinds of things you build and design and engineer as you move out into the world.
Lucas has been on the team for so long, all of high school, and it has been so great to see him progress through and mature on the team. As part of our mechanical team, great ideas, really good thoughts, and able to teach others. So it's been really, really great to see him progress through and grow with the team.
Lucas, you have so much skill and so much knowledge, and I'm really going to miss next year just being able to ask you about things that I don't know. And there are definitely I'm sure there are some skills that you have that we are going to have to completely relearn next year, because you we've been able to ask you to do things because you just do them so well. And I'm really going to miss that next year. So good luck. Thank you so much for a great year.
Lucas, it was really nice knowing you. You're one of the funniest people on the team. I know you'll do great wherever you go and whatever you do. And I hope you can keep that cool head always. And be able to dedicate yourself to things and really love doing things and always be able to keep your calm. Thank you so much for being on our team.
You came onto this team when we really needed you.
Landon put his heart and soul into the team. You know, from being a student to an alumni to a leader, he's always there. I mean, even though he was a mentor, it really did feel like he was part of the team.
He's an alumni and a mentor, and he was on the team, and he knows exactly what we're dealing with and going through. And he has so many stories and pieces of knowledge and things to share. And I've really loved being able to work with him this year.
My favorite memory with Landon is probably when we won our first FTC event, because he was the drive coach, and he really motivated us to win.
At the FTC competitions and listening to his debriefs after each match and learning about how we could better work together as a drive team.
Most of my fondest memories are actually made on the drive team, whether it was practicing in the hallways or going to competitions and waiting in the queuing line. It was always a fun time. We laughed about so many things. There's so many inside jokes. We always, had a blast.
I think, staying calm in general, just under pressure, staying calm. He's kind of shown that, how to do that by example. That was nice.
He's taught me a lot how to not get frustrated when I'm driving for specifically the FTC, or when I'm doing stuff like programming. He's taught me not to jump and try to do things and just try to focus on what I'm doing.
Not only has Landon taught me so much about safety, but he's taught me a lot about how to keep the team together and how to check in on people and make sure everyone's okay, and how important that is to ensuring that the team works smoothly and that everyone is happy.
One thing he's taught me is to not waste time on like the small stuff, small details that don't really matter.
He came in as a mentor at some point when I was in robotics, and he kind of got comfortable with that position because obviously it's a new position. You need to break it in, right? That's one way he grew. Another way, like coming in as the drive coach, you know, as technician, as 50% of the technician role, you know, I saw he was keeping that environment, that mood good. You know, I don't know if that's a new thing. Maybe it's just a facet of his like character that I hadn't seen before, but I call that growth if it wasn't.
What I admire about Landon is that he's able to come back to the pit between matches and breathe and be able to say, I believe that you guys can get the robot fixed between matches, and that will be out there for the next match.
I've seen Landon grow to be more compassionate. He definitely opens up to people as you get to know him more, which is really nice to see when he starts, you know, being less of a mentor, more of a person you can rely on and a friend and someone who's smart and a mentor, but, you know, more than just someone who's telling you what to do and what's good and what's bad and what you maybe should do. He's there for you and genuinely cares about the people he works with, which is really nice because it makes you feel valued and important.
I think Landon has become more like loose or like relaxed.
I've seen Landon's beard grow over time.
Landon is funny, relatable, and genuine.
Coach? Reliable. And passionate.
Knowledgeable, funny, and tall. Very tall.
Chill, intelligent, and funny.
Cool, calm, collected.
Landon is hip, intellectual, and collected.
He's chill. He's passionate. You know, he's pretty calm, I think. Unless he's being passionate, you know, like excited. So I think that's a good way to be.
Loud, hungry, and encouraging, because he's always loud. He's trying to encourage you to do things like to try harder things for the robot or for what we're doing. And that's also a thing I admire about him, because he's always trying to get us to do more with the robot we have and try to push when we're trying to do to achieve something. He's just always trying to make us do better.
He's always like keeping the mood upbeat even when like stuff isn't going too well. I think that's hard, so it's impressive.
It's like his optimism is like contagious, you know?
One thing I admire is just how much time and energy and passion he put into the team.
He has this burning passion for robotics. It's incredible. I think he's the most heavily invested person in robotics I've seen in my life. When he told me that I had to know the rules, I was like, what do you don't even know the rules. What are you talking about? And then I would ask him a random rule and he'd know, and I'd be like, oh, I actually have to know the rules. That was a little bit of a wake-up call. But that kind of dedication is what really elevated our team this year, and it's largely in part to Landon.
The amount of effort he put into the team, like researching other teams, coaching, making us watch videos, making us do quizzes. He was probably the reason that the drive team is what it is today and could be in the future. Like the precedent was set, basically.
I admire how he's able to commit to he's been able to commit to like different aspects of the team, like whether it be in the mechanical part or the drive team, like helping the drive team or setting up Whitman for events is like that level of being committed to different parts of the team is definitely something that I find admirable of Landon.
After every loss and every win, you were there for us and you were really supportive, and even when we did something super well, you were just so proud of us, and you would let us know that we did great. And when we didn't do so well, that you would just tell us, you know, like, we tried our best, and we're going to do better next time, and these are the things that we can improve on.
Landon, I am so sorry that you did not get to drive everyone to district champs this year. I know you were really looking forward to it.
It was real fun working with you, and thanks for coming back to the team.
I mean, I also hope he does good in college and has a good life past that, and maybe at some point he will choose to return to the team, maybe after college, maybe.
We're all gonna miss you even if we don't show it, but I still do wish you the best at uni.
Keep it up, Landon. I mean, you've got it worked out.